Bruno Mars, the immensely talented singer and songwriter behind iconic hits like Uptown Funk and Just the Way You Are, has captured the hearts of fans all over the world with his incredible voice and irresistibly catchy tunes. Known for his high-energy live performances and chart-topping tracks, Bruno has been a household name in the music scene for years. But recently, he's been a bit quieter, leaving fans and critics alike wondering about his sudden absence from the limelight. Over time, rumors and wild speculations have circulated about why he's taken such a break from the music world. Now, at 38 years old, Bruno Mars is ready to reveal the truth about what's been going on. Curious about the story behind his silence? Stick around as we dive into the surprising tale of his unexpected time away from the spotlight. But before we get into the nitty-gritty of Bruno Mars's career, let's take a step back and explore his early life and the path that led him to fame. Born on October 8, 1985, in sunny Honolulu, Hawaii, Bruno Mars, whose real name is Peter Gene Hernandez, grew up in the lively Waikiki area. He was the son of Peter Hernandez, a Puerto Rican man of Jewish descent from Brooklyn, and Bernadette San Pedro, a Filipino immigrant with Spanish roots. His parents met while performing, his mom as a hula dancer and his dad as a drummer. Bruno, who was just 2 years old at the time, was given the nickname Bruno by his father because he thought his son resembled the famous wrestler Bruno Sammartino. Growing up in a musical household, Bruno was one of 6 siblings, and the atmosphere around him was filled with a variety of sounds, from rock and roll to reggae, hip-hop, and R&B. His mom's singing and dancing, mixed with his dad's love for Little Richard's music, left a lasting impact on young Bruno. This blend of musical influences set the foundation for the unique sound that would eventually make him a household name. Bruno's musical journey started at a very young age. His uncle, an Elvis Presley impersonator, introduced him to Elvis and Michael Jackson songs when he was only 3 years old. By the time he was 4, Bruno was already performing 5 days a week with his family band, the Love Notes. His impersonations of Elvis made him a local star in Hawaii, even though one unforgettable moment involved him accidentally wetting himself during a performance of Can't Help Falling in Love. Still, that didn't dampen his passion for performing. At just 5 years old, Bruno was recognized as Little Elvis by the Hawaiian tabloid Midweek and made appearances at major events like the halftime show at the Aloha Bowl. By 6, he had already been interviewed by Pauly Shore on MTV and appeared on the Arsenio Hall show. Throughout his elementary school years, Bruno continued performing alongside his family, covering songs by Frankie Lyman and Little Anthony, and dabbled with various instruments such as drums, guitar, piano, and percussion, showcasing his incredible versatility. However, when Bruno turned 12, his life took a difficult turn. His parents divorced, and his father's business ventures failed, leading the family into financial hardship. They had to move to more modest areas in Hawaii, and at times, they even had to sleep in their car, on rooftops, or in an abandoned bird zoo called Paradise Park where his dad used to work. Despite these hardships, Bruno remained determined to pursue his musical dreams. His time as an Elvis impersonator shaped his stage presence, and he began discovering new musical influences like rock legend Jimi Hendrix, whose remarkable guitar skills inspired him to pick up the instrument himself. While attending President Theodore Roosevelt High School in Honolulu, Bruno joined a group called the Schoolboys, where he performed at various gigs, including opening for his dad's new band. They also covered classic songs by the Everly Brothers and the Temptations. During his high school years, Bruno became a local sensation in Hawaii, securing gigs like opening for a magic show and even impersonating Michael Jackson at a celebrity impersonator event, making $75 per performance. Bruno's big break came when his sister, who lived in Los Angeles, played his demo for Mike Lynn, the head of A&R at Dr. Dre's Aftermath Entertainment. Lynn was impressed and invited Bruno to LA in 2003. At just 17, Bruno moved to LA after graduating high school, hoping to jumpstart his music career. However, his new life in LA was nothing like what he had imagined. He was shocked by the rough, impoverished conditions of his neighborhood and decided to adopt the stage name Bruno Mars. He chose Bruno because it was a childhood nickname and added Mars for a touch of flair. The name also helped him avoid being pigeonholed as a Latin artist, which the industry initially tried to do by pushing him to sing in Spanish, a heritage Bruno wasn't particularly inclined to embrace. In 2004, Bruno signed a record deal with Motown Records, but unfortunately, the deal didn't lead to the breakthrough he had hoped for. He also tried to connect with Will.i.am's management but faced further setbacks. Despite these early obstacles, his time with Motown proved valuable as it introduced him to Philip Lawrence, an American songwriter and producer who would become a crucial collaborator in his career. Sadly, just under a year after signing with Motown, Bruno was dropped from their roster. Instead of returning to Hawaii, Bruno chose to stay in Los Angeles. In 2005, he landed a music publishing deal with producers Steve Lindsay and Cameron Strang at West Side Independent. There, he began learning the art of songwriting alongside Brody Brown and Jeff Basser. Lindsay taught him that creating hip-hop songs was about more than raw talent. It was about understanding what made a song stick in listeners' minds. During this challenging period, Bruno played with a band called Sex Panther, which included Basser and his brother Eric Hernandez, who would later become the drummer for Bruno's band, the Hooligans. In 2006, Philip Lawrence, who had initially hesitated to meet Bruno due to financial constraints, was encouraged by Keith Harris, the drummer for the Black Eyed Peas, to meet Bruno. This meeting proved to be a game changer. Lawrence and Bruno began collaborating, writing songs together and facing multiple rejections from record labels. A breakthrough moment came in 2006 when Lawrence introduced Bruno to Aaron Bashik, who later became his A&R manager at Atlantic Records. Bashik was blown away by Bruno's guitar skills and wanted to sign him, but it took nearly 3 years for Atlantic to bring him on board. They felt he needed more time to develop as an artist. By 2008, Bruno and Lawrence were close to giving up, but a call from Brandon Creed changed everything. Creed, who was looking for songs for the reunited boy band Menudo, showed interest in a track called Lost, which Bruno had originally written for himself. Although they were hesitant to sell the song, they agreed when offered $20,000. This deal gave them the financial boost they needed to continue their journey. Creed would go on to manage Bruno for the next 9 years. Before becoming a solo artist, Bruno made a name for himself as a music producer, collaborating with artists like Alexander Burke, Adam Levine, Brandy, and Sean Kingston. One of his early successes was co-writing Flo Rida's smash hit Right Round in 2009, which Bruno often credits as a pivotal moment in his career. He also contributed to tracks by Shaggy, Jason Mraz, and Travie McCoy. Bruno Mars's rise to solo stardom was nothing short of explosive. After contributing to successful collaborations like B.O.B.'s Nothing on You and Travie McCoy's Billionaire, Bruno quickly became recognized for his exceptional songwriting and vocal abilities. Nothing on You became a massive hit, reaching the top of both the Billboard Hot 100 and the UK singles chart. Bruno often reflects on these early successes and shares an interesting thought. He believes that if he had sung the entire track of Nothing on You, it would have sounded more like classic 90s R&B. Instead, his featured role allowed him to add his unique touch to the song without overpowering the overall vibe. On May 11, 2010, Bruno released his debut EP, It's Better If You Don't Understand. While it peaked at number 99 on the US Billboard 200, the EP marked an important milestone in Bruno's career, transitioning him from behind-the-scenes songwriter to front-and-center artist. The EP included the track The Other Side, a collaboration with CeeLo Green and B.O.B., further solidifying Bruno's versatility and his ability to work alongside other big names in the industry. As Bruno's popularity began to soar, he faced the pressures of fame. But despite the challenges, his career continued to reach new heights, and his rise to superstardom only seemed inevitable. Navigating the challenges of the music business has become a crucial part of Bruno Mars's journey, testing both his resilience and adaptability. His rise to stardom was not just marked by his musical talent, but by his financial success, which grew alongside his popularity. In 2013, Billboard estimated his earnings at around $18.8 million, making him the 12th highest-paid musician of the year. That was just the beginning. By 2014, Forbes began tracking his earnings, reporting that Mars made an impressive $60 million between June 2013 and June 2014, placing him 13th on their Celebrity 100 list. His financial ascent continued, and by June 2017, Mars ranked 6th on Forbes' list of the world's highest-paid celebrities, earning an estimated $90 million between June 2016 and June 2017. The following year, in July 2018, Mars was declared America's highest-paid musician of 2017, with total earnings reaching a staggering $100 million. This record-breaking figure also earned him the 11th spot on the Celebrity 100 list, marking his highest annual earnings to date. In 2019, his rank on the list dropped to 54th, with earnings of $51.5 million from June 2018 to June 2019. While Bruno Mars's path to fame was marked with impressive milestones and financial success, it was not without its fair share of challenges and legal battles. Let's take a closer look at some of the legal issues that arose during his career. On September 19, 2010, Bruno Mars found himself entangled in a legal incident that would forever alter the trajectory of his career. After a performance at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas, security grew suspicious when he took unusually long in a bathroom stall, leading to his arrest. During the ordeal, Mars admitted to making a foolish mistake and expressed deep remorse for his actions. Reflecting on the experience, he mentioned how surprised he was by the consequences and how much he had learned from that tough time. Despite the severity of the charges, Mars managed to negotiate a plea deal, showing his resilience in the face of adversity. Mars's legal troubles didn't end there. On January 28, 2014, Demetrius Orlandi's Proctor filed a lawsuit against Mars and rapper Travie McCoy, alleging that their hit song Billionaire, which Mars co-wrote, had infringed on his copyright. Proctor claimed the melody was strikingly similar to his own work, arguing that he had held the copyright to his music and lyrics since March 31, 2009. However, McCoy's legal team filed a motion to dismiss, citing issues like Proctor's failure to properly serve McCoy with the lawsuit and his inability to specify which parts of his work had allegedly been copied. In the end, the case crumbled, highlighting some of the difficulties that artists and the courts face when it comes to copyright disputes. Despite these legal setbacks, Mars's career continued to soar. After a brief, quiet period, he released his second studio album, Unorthodox Jukebox, in 2012. Though the album faced some minor criticisms, it managed to navigate the music industry with minimal controversy, proving to be a major commercial triumph. Just as things seemed to be on the up for Mars, a new legal storm hit following the release of his 2016 album 24K Magic. One of the biggest controversies surrounded his hit song Uptown Funk, produced by Mark Ronson and featuring Mars. The track, which had already been a chart-topping success for over 2 years, was caught up in a whirlwind of legal claims. The Gap Band's surviving members alleged that the song borrowed heavily from their 1979 hit, Oops Upside Your Head. However, they weren't the only ones to make such a claim. Serbian artist Victoria claimed her own song was copied, but ultimately chose not to pursue legal action. The electric funk band Collage also filed a lawsuit, claiming that Uptown Funk resembled their song, Young Girls. Even The Sequence accused the track of infringing on their song Funk You Up. As the lawsuits piled up, the controversy surrounding Uptown Funk sparked broader debates about the ownership of musical styles, copyright infringement, and cultural appropriation. Some critics accused Mars of borrowing from black artists without proper credit, while others defended his work, claiming that he was simply celebrating and honoring the roots of the funk genre. These legal battles around Uptown Funk not only affected Mars, but also led to wider conversations about the complexities of copyright law, fair compensation for artists, and the legacy of musical influence. In addition to the lawsuits, Mars also faced a challenging copyright dispute over royalties. The lawsuit, filed in 2017 by the heirs of Ronnie and Robert Wilson, claimed that the songwriters had been deprived of proper royalties from the use of elements of the Gap Band's music in Uptown Funk. The case brought attention to the ongoing issues surrounding the management of music rights and royalties, sparking broader discussions about how artists, labels, and publishers handle these matters. Meanwhile, rumors began circulating about Mars's financial situation, particularly regarding his reported gambling habits. Reports claimed that a significant portion of his earnings from his successful Las Vegas residencies were being funneled into repaying a supposed debt to MGM. An unnamed source further fueled the speculation, alleging that Mars had gambled away millions of dollars, making him financially indebted to the casino. This narrative created a sense of intrigue, as fans and critics alike questioned whether Mars's high-profile success was masking a deeper financial crisis. However, MGM quickly denied these claims, emphasizing their positive relationship with Mars and denying any allegations of financial distress. Despite MGM's strong denials, the rumors persisted, causing many to wonder whether there was more to the story than what was publicly known. These rumors became even more prominent when Mars made headlines again in 2023. His unexpected decisions regarding award nominations sparked further speculation about his relationship with the industry and his public persona. Some believed these decisions were a strategic move, while others questioned whether they were related to the ongoing rumors about his financial situation or even an attempt to make a statement about the industry as a whole. Amidst these controversies, Bruno Mars has continued to demonstrate his versatility as an artist, seamlessly blending pop, funk, and R&B. His tracks like Uptown Funk and Leave the Door Open showcase his exceptional talent for creating infectious melodies and relatable lyrics that resonate with audiences worldwide. Despite the challenges, Mars has managed to stay focused on his craft, prioritizing his music and performances over public drama. While rumors about his personal life, including his supposed gambling debts, continue to swirl, it's important to focus on Mars's artistic contributions rather than the speculation. His ability to produce powerful performances and timeless music speaks for itself. Bruno Mars has consistently proven to be a resilient and creative force in the music industry, handling the pressures of fame and the complexities of success with grace. His journey reminds us of the unpredictable nature of the entertainment industry, where both triumphs and challenges often go hand in hand. Ultimately, Bruno Mars embodies the spirit of resilience and creativity, offering a powerful example of how an artist can navigate the highs and lows of fame while continuing to contribute to the cultural landscape.